appears to be. Alexa, set the light to 50%. Yeah, that's better. Thank you. So, this here is now online. You're consuming 20 per minute. And we brought, like, how much? 500 worth? So this here is exporting all of those. It's fine. Right. From here, we have all of that packaged fuel. So, oop, if we just search for that, we should be fine. Into here, I want to put this, and is this working? I think so. I heard a little bring. Where's my bring? I am missing that chat menu, whatever it was. Hello, person who was chatting and said hello. I hope you're well. Apologies. I've now switched it over to the multi-stream chat, so it should be working. This here, yeah, even chatbox didn't appear with it, so we'll figure it out. But right, hang on, actually. This here, so you've got the packaged fuel there. What happened to the packaged fuel that I just sent out? Because I had to go somewhere. I bet you, yep, it's all going to go in that way. That's a smart splitter. This here is going into that, which goes into this, which goes into this. But it has allocated all of the fuel to go that way. So I'm confused. What I think has happened is our Megafactory thing ain't quite working. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to do a little bit of blueprinting of our own, shall we? Oh wait, crap. Yeah. You are not receiving that. And you're not getting sulfur either. You should be sending sulfur up, and the sulfur is then going into there, and you are an output, but you're empty. I am so confused right now. Why are you empty like this? You shouldn't be. Are we not able to connect this or something? Because this here oh, I think I see what's going on. It's loading into this drone, but this drone isn't actually going to carry the stuff across that I want it to until I build another port. So let's go do that. Although we'll not worry too much about it right now. Yeah, we got all this here going on, but we'll be fine to go up this way. So what we want to do is go over to the hub, and we want to set up some basic construction-y stuff. Because we're going to have to replace the piers that we've set up. The piers are going to have to get replaced, and instead, they're going to be replaced with a new blueprint. May as well take that, and we can upload those. Hover pack, we need the heavy modular frames for. We don't have any of those currently. which is a shame. So up this here way, you're becoming that, which is going into this, which is becoming a crap ton of those. Alrighty then. I think we need to set up drone power over at the petrol station, our crude oil refinery, because the crude oil refinery is going to help us out a hell of a lot. And then we can set up regular deliveries for it to send the packaged fuel all the way over. And then it will split the fuel between keeping sulfur online and importing the sulfur over to here. Or maybe this here. Maybe that, when it produces fuel, that should ship out to a central point somewhere along our Megafactory. And that Megafactory is then going to put it into drone ports for all the different kind of things. So maybe that's what we do? I don't know. I'm at a bit of a loss. I still am not entirely sure what I'm doing. I mean, I have access to nitrogen gas now and everything, so I could get like nitric acid refinement. But I have never worked with it before, so it's entirely new to me. So over down here, right, this is all of our stuff. You're producing, you've got a crap ton of heavy oil residue. You are doubling up the amount going in. You are online or something. Oh wait, no, hang on. We want you to package the fuel instead. So let's get you from there into here. This is then going to feed up. So you'll do nicely for that little bit. I'm going to take a crap ton of this plastic and just offload it into there. So that will mean we can create even more packaged fuel. So, in you go for this here. This then is going to have to go right. If we do a, what are you, pillars here. So then we go back like this. And we'll drop this down to here. Now, you are going to be our drone port. Where is it? Transport. So, drone port will place... Okay, we need heavy modular frames for that. That makes sense that we don't have a whole pile of those. This is making the packaged fuel and everything. Using 40 per minute. You're producing 200 per minute. Which is going 40, 40, 40, 40... Wait, do I only have 3 fuel? Yeah, I do only have 3 fuel. So what I could do is actually put 2 power shards into here. And I could double this up so it's doing 80 per minute. So that works. Now, what we gotta do is have a look here. Do we have any hard drives? No, we don't. Fixmas Holiday event is available. Sulfur. Anything here that I can do that with? Ooh. What do we need for smokeless powder? We need black powder for that. So let's make some heavy modular frames. And then, from the heavy modular frames, we're going to use those to build the drone port. And that's going to allow us to set up our stuff. So, concrete's probably going to be our big thing. While we establish our heavy modular frames, maybe there is room for doing a little bit more Blueprinting. I think blueprinting is something definitely to look at. Because the pier as it stands at the moment, I think I need to do work on. So we keep bouncing up this here, because that pier, it's a little bit eh. I would rather have more going on with it. So let's give it a try and see what we can do. Down here, bounce. Keep on going via this. Oop. No, that drone port sulfur normal 1. It's going to be something to look at. But we need to set up more drone ports. I want us to have maybe... I'm thinking if we make heavy modular frames our main output for the next wee while. Because the AI limiter stuff, yeah. It's an alright idea to be producing a whole pile of crystal oscillators. But maybe not the most prudent thing right now. Especially when we're out of rubber. So, yeah. That should not be a thing. You, on the other hand, here would be rotors and stators. Just get rid of those. And we've also got the alclad sheeting in there, which is fine. Let's grab those. All of the quartz necessary. Upload this and that. We're going to set up. How much quartz crystal did I put into this thing? Too much. The answer is too much. So you are getting swapped over. Heavy flexible. Ooh, heavy flexible frame. Yes. Let's do 5 of those. We want industrial beams, rubber, and screws. So one of those things definitely got to prioritize more than the other. Let's upload all of this kind of stuff. Concrete, we're apparently fine on. So let that do its thing. Yeah, screws we're going to need a lot of. We can input into that thing like 1,400 a minute. So, ooh, there's a lot of screws right there. I'm good with that. We are going to use up a lot of heavy modular frames for this. So, into here. That's a lot. Let's do RU and get some more rubber in there. So 1, 2, 3 sets of those. That's a lot of rubber. So we've got those. We want modular frames. And we're also wanting... Oh, that is completely the wrong thing. Let's try and pick up as much of this as we possibly can. Okay. Now we can load those in as well. What are we missing from this? We're going to need a lot more of those heavy encased things. Or no, encased industrial beams. So we're going to set to encased industrial beams. You make 2, so you make 30 per minute. Let's load this with concrete. No, you are going to be steel beams. So there's 3, and we need now. Let's do 3 stacks. 3 stacks of concrete here. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, hang on. Switch that off, and instead we're taking this and we're moving it over to here and merging you into here. So you are now going to be concrete duty. That'll be fine. Do I have more steel beams? I could do. May as well load them. Why not? Just shy of 1500-ish beams. And now MO for modular frames. Let's do all of those into there. And here's a whole pile of stuff. So upload all of this. The hover pack thing could be good, but we're not worrying too much right now. Is this producing the beams? Okay, it is. We are still getting more beams coming in. So, while that's doing its thing, we're going to go and set up our next set of blueprints. So, this here architecture, we want a small concrete pillar. We want maybe 2 high of each. We're going to put them in each corner. Then on top of this, we're going to build the floor. So, foundations, lock it into here, and we're going to move this up the way. Let's put you here. And now we set this to zip mode. So we want 5 by 5. And each area will be for one specific thing. So this will be... Actually, no. Hang on. Let's add... So this is going to be first floor. No, you know what? Ah, damn it. I'm trying to think what to do with it. Maybe we don't do it like this. Yeah, it's just going to be the room. So instead, we're going to do the floor and try it on the bottom here. See if the floor is capable of having a conveyor floor hole put into it. Because if so, we don't need to worry about some of our other little bits. Logistics conveyor floor hole. Yes, we can do it. Lovely. So, this first one is going to be for smelting. Let's do an array of... Yeah, let's put one here. Let's leave one space between each. And we will have a total of 4 of these. So you should be fine. You look like, yeah, well, not a total, but like an array of 4 of each of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we want is conveyor lift floor hole. We're putting one at each thing here. So this will all come in from down below, allow us to smelt the stuff, and then it all comes out to the one area. Organization, we're going to go for industrial storage. We're missing steel beams. We don't want to be missing those. So over to here. Nope, you're not what we needed. You are... Here we go. Okay. So. Logistics, no. Organization. This will all feed into the same kind of area. So you get fed in from this. You will feed in like this. You go like this. You go like this. And then you go like this. To get to the thing, for each of these, you have to go around. So let's do walls. We're going across 5. Whoop. You go across 5. And you do that too. Or do we? No. No, I don't think we do that. So let's see. How many could we get, theoretically? Let's try these here. So you are also going to get dismantled. You'll do one here. And you'll do one here. So you're just one in. Yep. Okay, I think I see what's happened. It's to line up with these other things here. Right, that's definitely out of line. There's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So you go like that, and you go like that. Okay, apparently that does work. Then we're going to do logistics, and we're going to do a conveyor floor hole from the way out here. Everything else, on the other hand, will merge into the one spot here. So, oop, not good. Set this up. Another one goes there. And then we add one there. So, conveyor belt, everything goes into the one spot. So you're all going to go in like this. Then oop, you were way off. You go in like this. Nope. Oh, damn you. Okay. That does line up now. So you go to there. Now, what we want to do is power poles. Let's do one on each side. And you are going to connect into this, 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 and this. You go into each of these. So, it's not pretty looking, but it does kind of work. Logistics, we go for conveyor belt, conveyor lift Mark III. You come in from there. Let's take this and mark it out. You go there, go there. Then we'll go across to the other side, do the same thing. Wait, no. Do we go in quite close? Were they on the far end? Oh, they were actually in a little bit. Oh, damn it. Everything's wrong. Ah, screw you. Right, let's go over this way. You are maxed out on encased industrial beams. So if you're maxed out on that, let's take it out of there and start to load it into here. That is a lot of them. How many is that? More than enough. So if you use 3 at a time, what we gotta do is start loading all of these into here. So 2 stacks go into there. That's going to keep doing its thing. And we are going to switch this over to... What's the quickest thing we could do? Reinforced iron plates and screws. Well, let's do that then. Just clear the pipeline for anything. And here... Mark 5, Mark 5. Bolted iron plate, you're going to make 6 of them, so you're producing 75 per minute. Nope, wrong thing. Bolted frame. So, reinforced iron plate. You take 3. So, 1, 2, 3. And then we load in like 11 stacks worth of screws. So you, as many as we can. And see just what this gives us. Well, it gives us enough, is what it does. Over to here. That doesn't actually, that's only 8 stacks. I still need 4, realistically. So let's get another 4 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we should probably also do organization, add to thing. Maybe we go and dismantle the one from all the way over there with our Caterium. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of our Caterium one. Oh, wait. That, okay. That is now loading in. So, you use 46 per minute, and you're receiving a hell of a lot more per minute. So let's go deal with the Caterium one. We haven't had power shut down at our other depot yet. which is promising. So instead, we're going towards the Caterium one. Sulfur we must have an abundance of right now. I had to take a sip, so it meant that my other thing was wrong. That's a shame. So, heavy modular frames we could do more with right now. And the goal is to actually have more to do with it than we do right now. Grab this here. You are disconnected from everything, but you could be making quick wire. So, do we load this up with more biomass? Let's go for bio. How long is that going to take? 15 per minute? Okay, so it gives us like 16 minutes worth. That's fine. And this upload, all of this stuff will upload as well. It's going to be alright. We're going to be able to get a little bit more. 15 per minute. So 200 divided by 15, that's going to give us roughly 13 minutes worth. 13 minutes producing, I'm going to say, 100 Caterium bars per minute. So that's 1,000 copper wire, or like 1,000 quick wire a minute. There's a chance this works out for us, but first off, dimensional depot. You go to there, and you are going to be loading in from here. So, we have a crap ton of these to do. Go on over, and do we want to upload that 20? Not really right now. Right now, we don't really want to be doing that. Let's instead head back over to the drone port area, and we are going to construct our first drone flight path. And that's going to carry sulfur between there and there. But it's also going to load out packaged fuel. This will be worth it in the end. We are going to have to get 2 hard drives. And those are going to be for more efficient fuels. At the moment, we've got this here set to hard drive scanning, but I think we're going to have to start looking towards Crater Lake, maybe. Might be an idea. So, over this here way, keep bouncing, keep flying, doing all of this. So, this is still working fine. You're producing and going out. Let's go to transport, and we want the drone port. You hook into what network? Where is there a space? So, you're hooked into this now. Conveyor splitter will go here. And you're going to go around into here. And you go round into here. And round to there. So, you keep outputting. You've got outgoing, definitely. And you are connected. So, sulfur normal 1, let's do it. Set that up to go. And ports. Now, drone status has no drone. So let's go and find out what do we need. And can I queue up a drone to just circle around an area? Is that something we're able to do? Okay. So, trying to think. I really hope that a drone can carry multiple, like, inventories worth. Like, it can go, oh, this is our inventory for outgoing, and this is our one for incoming. Because if it's the one shared inventory, it might be less effective than trains overall. Which I don't want that to be the case. Okay. Right. Grab another. Fire at that. You go over to there. Boom and boom. You. Wabam. Now, for this here. Right, so there. May as well just zip those up the way. Collect it this way. So, lovely. And do the same thing there. So, onwards back to base. Drone port sulfur normal. So it's doing something at least. Oh yeah, there's the radar tower that's up at the top there. What do I have to do? Oop. Okay. Drop. Okay. That worked a bit better that time. Grab this blue slug. And upload a bunch of stuff. So we've got that over there working fine now. Trying to think. That heavy flexible frame thing. I should have grabbed rubber while I was there. Yep, I really should have done that. I think maybe what we gotta do is rethink our railway system. I don't like how it currently is. The way it's loose tracks going everywhere. I would prefer it if it was more structured. But that would take me ages and ages and ages. Because the blueprint, I would need to prototype the blueprint and then do all the other components. It'd just end up being a whole big kerfuffle. Right, that's more iron. So this area could be iron output. We could find somewhere with a whole pile of copper. We know where there's a whole pile of coal that can get exported. So, Did your power go offline? Must have done, right? Yep, production is at 0, capacity is at 0. But you're still working. But you have no power. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. So over here, this port, we want you going to Arlanda. Send it all off. So, what can we upload? We can upload rubber. We can upload the coal to get that out of the way. No, we can't. Drone's gonna fly and take off. There we go. That's what I expected. Okay, don't want that. But let's get this and those out of the way. It's going to bring a bunch of stuff back, but the problem is it's still going to be offline at the end. Because I still need to do a little bit more tweaking. I need to figure that out better. So let's try and figure it out better. And see. I mean, that constructor area. We gotta do something. We gotta get some of this stuff constructing again. Where's a truck? There's an Explorer. That kinda could work. So, let's do that. Take all that Caterium. You have 14 stacks of that, so let's go and get you a bunch of stacks now of coal so that we can make a crap ton of black powder. So, drive our way on down here. And when we land here, yay. So, we'll bounce up, grab that coal, and head to where there's an assembler not being used. I think it's maybe going to be time we build our first thing on our Megafactory. Or no, actually. We're going to drive all the way over to our oil processing plant. There's our drone flying away, being all happy about shit. And our driving is leaving a lot to be desired. Like, a lot to be desired. So, this here way. Happy days. Go over like this. And time to drive. Whole pile of this stuff. Let's keep on going, shall we? And we're gonna go right off of that cliff. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna follow a semi-reasonable path. Maybe we should build a blueprint for a railroad, like a railways, that's snappable, but has roadways on top of it. Maybe that's our idea. I think that could work. So, keep on driving as we head towards Drone Port Arlanda. Orlando? Arlanda. And Bourlange train station. Oh, that'll be the Caterium one. That's okay. I hope that's the Caterium one at least. If that's our fuel power plant going offline, then ooh, oof. But it shouldn't be, because the drone's already away. And if the drone has gone, it should be okay now. So we'll go up here. Ooh. Not enough space for hog remains, apparently. I dispute that. So, head down here and see what there is. Our heavy modular frame production, we got a lot of. A lot of that going out, which is going to be good for us. I wonder what should be our ideal output for some of these resources. Some of the things are going to have to be produced in the hundreds per minute. Are you gonna... Okay. It's shallow enough we can drive straight across it. I like that. So this here area, I think, is a normal node, I want to say. Now let's go on to this bit, and we have a whole pile of stuff to do. Whoop. Submerged in water can't enter or use. How do I get you to not be? Idea. Nope. Yeah, that has been rendered unusable now. Which is a shame. We don't like that. Over here, let's go and grab something. I think rubber is going to have to be used. So, production, let's do an assembler. Happy days. You are going to connect over to here. And we want that dismantled so that we can connect this to here and you to here. So you're going to absolutely fill up on packaged fuel. You received a bunch of incoming fuel, which is good. So, logistics, nope, organization. Let's do 2 storage depots side by side. And then 1 going out. So, you go down into here. You go down into here. You are coming out up here. And then you are going to go into here. Give me black powder, please. And I want to load all of my coal. Then I want all of the sulfur. In you go like that. And you're going to produce 30 per minute? Nah. You are going to give me 75 per minute. And you're going to keep working at it. Just keep producing. By the tens of thousands if you need to. So, that... Did I have enough room for that? No, I didn't. Dismantle create is going to be... Where? Right, into here. Load you full of this. So, the dismantle crate. Something's gone boofy. Something's gone very boofy. Sorry, you're producing all of this here. No. What I want to do is set up the area over here. And I'm going to set it up using the snapping blueprints. So, that clears a little bit of space. There's another one down. And boom. The area has been successfully cleared. Where did... Oh, there you go. So, this here, production, we want you to be an oil extractor. We're missing encased industrial beams. Let's do foundations, and we're just going to snap one here, just for the express purpose of setting up our pier. So, are you going to snap in? Nope. You are not. So, go over this way. And snap in there. Now what we do is we're doing concrete pier. And whoop, we're not building it that high. Concrete pier. And we're going to build it here. So, right, rebar gun. Apparently, I left all my rebar at home. And you are just being willfully mean right now. There we go. So, this here area, we can now dismantle this. Production, we are going to need a lot of refineries. We are going to require hundreds of beams then. So, concrete pier. We're going to snap these along here. And we're going to need probably this many, I want to say. Whoop. So, snap this. And go over to here. When in doubt, a little bit of deforestation. So, that worked. Lovely. This is going to connect up. Then we're going to require 10 refineries along here. Those 10 refineries will then go into however many other refineries. God, I hope it's only 10. But it might not be. This here, you're a normal node. Okay, so normal means 300. So that's 10 refineries making heavy oil residue. That produces... how many? I don't quite know, actually. So, heavy oil residue produces that. Then, we can make residual plastic using that and water. So, every 6 seconds you produce 2. Then, residual fuel uses 6 to make 4. So our 300 becomes 200. We'll be producing 20 polymer resin per minute, which is then becoming plastic. Maybe for this, what we do is... right, let's try and figure out the maths. Heavy oil residue. You're going to produce a lot of polymer resin. What can the polymer resin become? Polyester fabric? Well, I suppose we could use it for fabric. That's not a horrendous idea. Right, over here at the very least, we can go grab all this. So, we have that. Now what we need, your heavy oil residue turning into fuel. I want smokeless powder. This is going to slow things down for a little bit, but that's okay. You're using 50 per minute. Do you have enough? Right, let's pause this here for a moment. You are going to start draining batteries in about 1 minute-ish, maybe, if we're lucky. So there's 40. This is going to take 4 minutes to produce the stuff. So let's go down to sulfur and see what all we need. We need rubber. We've got motors. Right, we take a whole pile of that. Okay, so you here. There we go. That's 100 produced. We can now go down to sulfur and make this. This is 50 computers and 50 things to increase.
A long-range weapon and rapid-fire ammunition
computer
only to be used for the defense or acquisition of fixed property.
Sulfur.
Conveniently, this includes
and
everything
acquire
of value on
this.
this planet.
This is rebar. Okay, we could do that as well.
Inflated by utilizing luminous gel hydrology channeled through an etheric spigot. Some used to say this as impossible, but the meaning of that word has long since been removed from my dictionary.
This, okay, crap. We're definitely starting to run lower. How quickly is it going to run low? If it's producing 200 fuel per minute from the heavy oil residue stuff, that is going to power one max clocked fuel generator and actually 2 max clocked fuel generators, so that's 1250 megawatts, and then we add in our other megawattage. Right. Sulfur and C. So rebar. Rebar. There we go. Sulfur. Still just waiting on this, really. Another 3 bits. So you there. Sulfur. Make explosive rebar. Happy days. Now we have all
Explosive
this
rebar
other stuff.
unlocked. Rebar ammo that explodes on impact. Suitable for removal of unwanted obstacles, creatures, or limbs.
So this here is going to take 16 minutes to completely drain our processing. At least we have something in the back end. That's the important thing. Excuse me. Big ol' sneeze. Do I just keep it going? I think maybe we do. We make more smokeless powder. So this here, it's discharging. And it'll take approximately 4 minutes. Let's see, you here. 10 minutes apparently. So that is now fully offline. 2 minutes. Oh boy. That ain't great. We gotta get this swapped over. As soon as this hits 150, that's when we change it. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Please work. As quick as you can. So this is pumping out now. Hey, okay. We are starting to see it happen. Good stuff. We're back online. We also have all of this doing its things. So let's grab all of this. You are still just exporting. Oh, I know why. Yeah. The other area has no packaged fuel there. Actually, sorry. It does have packaged fuel. The problem is, it can't use it currently. So our sulfur is stuck. For all intents and purposes. Oh yeah, let's look at this. Ooh, 45 coupons. God damn. That is a lot of coupons. Upload this. You are still producing. Still got coal and a lot of sulfur. So, fine. You do your thing. We are going to go figure out what to do with our drone plant. Yeah. Oh no, we're being hostile. Well, first things first. Oh wait, hang on. Yes, I got more space in my inventory. That means more rubber to carry. Meaning a lot more heavy flexible frames. So let's do that. Down into here. And let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we are maxed out on quartz crystal. Damn. That is currently chock-a-block. We can get the smokeless powder upload. And that upload. PL for plastic. So we actually have 1,000 spaces available for plastic. Sort everything and grab everything. So that's us sorted there. Now on we go. Maybe what we want to do is convert the crater lake. It could be an idea, actually. Oh, Jesus. You're making blueprints for your factory? Yes, I did jump. That was louder than I expected it to be on the headphones. So I'm going to decrease the volume for that there, because Jesus slightly scared the crap out of me. Very aggressively loud thing. But you're making blueprints. What are you currently blueprinting? Because I've got a few things that I'm planning to blueprint. I need to make... Worst part of the game, though. I quite like it. Because I get to sit and try and puzzle it all out. So, like, I'm partial to a blueprinting room now and then. The only thing I will say I wish there was more of is, I want there to be a lot more, power snapping constructor assemblies to make iron wire alternate recipe. And oh, is that because you are going to also add in a blueprint for an assembler? And that assembler is going to be constantly producing reinforced iron plates? Is that your plan? Because if so, smart plan. I have a general idea of how to do those using a 5x5, the Mark II blueprinter. So definitely consider giving it a try. Oh wait, also screws. Screws are things I need to mass produce. You're compartmentalizing all your stuff. That's fair. I need to do a better job of getting these smelting blueprints together. Because smelting is going to be the absolute fucker. But over here, need to go and upload all of the, what do you call them? So you aren't connecting to everything. Perfect. In that case then, rubber. Full pile of rubber. This is then going to make even more of those. So, heavy. We've got 60 of those. And we can upload 800 plastic. Lovely. That's going to leave us a little bit of room. But now, into the blueprinter, and we'll figure it out. Want to change how you do things, turn off the factory, delete the train, turn on a new factory, and have a train delivered to the depot. That could work. Let's clear our designer, shall we? And we're going to take all of this stuff. So, first things first, I want us to have walls. We want a bunch of walls like this. 3x3 grid. Or no, 3x5, sorry. So I'm doing a 3x5. Then over here, let's do walls. We're going to add in center door wall at each side. So each corner has doors, but they only come out one specific bit. We then go into walls, and we're going to add in panel windows for these three. and these three. Then we want these hooked in, and we want these to go out like this. So this is going to be my basic little blueprint. We go into walls, and we're doing a conveyor wall. So this here, once we add our roof onto it, and our roof is a foundation, 5 by 5 foundation on it. Whoop. This means, yay, happy days. Here is our blank room. So, 403 concrete and 12. Empty factory. Or empty room, rather. So, this here, we're going to select an icon, and I guess if we just set it like this. So, new categories, let's rename this here. Go into this. Rooms. Oh, templates. Let's call this this. Go like that, and we want to... Oh, ah, damn it. Oh wait, hang on. That didn't delete the whole thing. Lovely. So this here, we're going to call blueprinting. And you will just be like this. Apply. So, hang on. There we go. Blueprint save like that. Now, we get to do the fun thing. So, we want an assembler. Maybe our first thing that we do is we set up this here. And this will feed into an industrial storage area here. So you feed around like that. And then are you in the center? I think you might actually be. Nope, you're a little bit off center. Can't have that there. So, gotta put you there. But that means this here, we can put one over. Damn it, wrong way. Now, we want conveyor belt Mark 1 going around into here. You will go around into here. And then you will curve up to there. Now, in here, we are going to go for constructors. And we want 2 of them. So, you come in from this, go straight in. Lovely. Right, you will be set to stitched iron plate. You will be set to iron plate. And, or actually, no. You know what? This room is only going to process raw resources. So let's, or not raw resources. You are going to go for preset resources. We go into here, and what we want here is 2 things coming in. Or no. One thing in. No, it's got to be 2. It's going to have to be 2. Actually, no. Fuck it. Iron ingots come in. We use them to construct. And that is us. That is going to be our whole big thing. So you dismantle that. You feed in here. You are going to be set to this, and you're going to get 30 and 60. So 30 and 60 means we need to put in let's see. If we divided this by 2/3, right? It's got to be divided by 2/3 because we're going to need 3.33. So, well, 3.34. Right. That's going to do 3.34 per minute. You are then going to go around into here. Reinforced iron plate. You're doing cast screws. And you're doing iron plates. So, 3.34. Or, if we go to stitched iron plates, let's see, if we did 22.5 per minute and 11.5, 3.375, so slightly better for us. You are then going to have to be iron wire, which means I'm going to have to actually expand one of my hard drives. And it'll do the thing. So, over to here. Lines in. Configure MAM. Hard drive library. Right, where are we looking? Fused wire. Nope, not it. Alclad casing alternate. Not bad for that. Iron wire. Here we go. And you. Awesome shop. Oh, wait, hang on. Fix it coupon. We got 53 of these. That's a nice, healthy amount. So what we could do is add to cart. We could get all of these different things. So maybe this is the kind of thing we do. We just unlock it all. Steel framed windows. And structural frame set. How much is that? 43 in total. So we go back into customizer. Grip or do we go arrows? We've got arrows. Do we do pathway patterns? Yes to that one because it looks kind of cool. Factory zone and number, I guess. Or actually no. Hang on. Number patterns. We'll get rid of that in favor of nothing apparently. Oh well. So that's doing his thing. Let's go over this way and see. How many we got? 1? Yeah, we massively reduced our output. Screws. Need more of those. Okay, so we're maxed out on packaged fuel. Let's then do all the steel to upload while we grab a crap ton of, what do you call it? Screws. So over this here way. That should keep us going for a little while. Down we go. And where to? Into there? Yep. So, all of that goes in. 975 per minute. And heavy, how many have we got? 102. Let's get that hover pack because that's more resources that we can carry at any one time. So, happy days. Active milestone, nuclear power.
The hover pad
Gotta
draws
be.
energy from nearby power connections, and so can only be
I think it
used in their
probably has to
vicinity.
be, actually, yeah.
It provides an excellent vantage point
Supercomputer
of
could
your
be a
work,
thing.
which you clearly need. Otherwise, you would have optimized that obvious problem by now.
So this here, assembly director system. What is needed for the assembly director system? Stuff that we do not have yet. So this here, yeah, this room is just going to have to be the thing. So we want connecting vertically up to the ceiling. You are going to go over to here, this part of the ceiling. You connect to that. You go over to here, connect up. And now, this here, going to have to go conveyor splitter. And let's go up the ways to here. So, conveyor lift Mark 1. Right, you connect it in like that. You're going like this. And then you are going to have to go in like this. Now, this point up here, let's run you over to here. And you will then run to this section. Whoop. So you can't be a double outlet, sadly. Let's connect you to there. And you out the ways to there. So what we can do each time is we'll just swap it over to look like it's just coming from one thing. It'll be fine. You know what? That's actually, I don't like that. So we're gonna bring this like this, and hopefully you go like that, and you go like this. Here is our reinforced iron plate constructor. It'll make 3.38 per minute. And it's not going to be great. But as I think of it, I am going to have to do better than that. So let's go into refining. Yeah, no. We gotta have construction for the basic components first. I think that's gonna have to be it. We need mass iron, mass smelting, mass everything, really. So, you... Let's see. Constructor. Let's put you here, 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 and here. Each of you are going to go up to here. You're up like this. Dismantle all of this. Whoop. And we want a lot of this being constructed at any one time. So you will appear in via 1. Can we still fit an industrial storage unit in? No, we can't. So maybe each of these has to be changed a little bit. What if they all fed along the sides into the center? Industrial storage. Let's put one here. And we put it in as far up as this. Now, you go like this, and you go like this. You conveyor belt Mark 3. Oh, right. Hang on. I see what was happening. Conveyor splitter? No. You are going to be a conveyor merger. And we want you elevated off the ground. Going in from there. You go into this. You go into this. And you go into this. So now we go foundations. Constructors. Damn it, we're not going to have that many. I think we can only fit 3 by 3 in like this. If we do that. So maybe, yeah, it's just going to have to be one solitary thing. Production constructor. You go like this. Let's do these 4. And what I want here is a merger. So maybe you go conveyor lift up the way. That could work. This could work potentially. Have everything be along the ceiling. So we want you here. Same thing, and we're going here. Let's check. So that strut is just passed like this. But that doesn't leave us much room. So yeah, that's not it. It's the irritating thing of not being able to figure out, hey, what's symmetrical in this? So we've got basically 2 blocks between here's 1. It's this, right? I think it's that. So, you here are going up like this, up like this, up like this, and you're going up like this. Now, conveyor merger. Let's have it all go around this way. So are those like auto snapped in? I don't think they are actually. So let's get rid of them first off. You will all go down like this. And then you go down like this. And you can connect in via conveyor belt up to here. So you do actually go fully along like that. That's nice. You then will be conveyor lift down and into there. Nope. You will be a conveyor lift from here down, and you're going to be reversed to there. You connect in like that. And that room is now sorted. Splitter. Conveyor belt splitter. Let's try and see. You will go around this here way. So, there's 1, 2, 3, and this should be 4. Lovely. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, you are connecting into this side. You are going around this way. That's not going to work like that. I need a splitter coming in like that. You gotta come down this way and split there. Oh, for fuck's sake. You can snap it on like that? Okay, that I can work with. Kinda. So then you would go down this way. You would go from here, whoop, over to here. You, on the other hand, would go straight away in like that. So are you... Which way are you coming from? Let's do you going into there. Conveyor splitter. We want you in this here way? What the fudgery do? So, you would load in from there and up to there. You go up to... Why are you changed like that? No, conveyor belt. You are... Everything is fucked. Everything is completely fucked here. I don't like this. Ooh, idea though. Instead, what if it feeds in from the second floor out to the top floor? That's what it'll do. So this here, let's quickly just set this up for a splitter to go in. Lovely. You split like this. Whoop. You go into here. You then feed up like this. You feed up like this. And then we connect all of these together. So all of that does that. No. Conveyor lift Mark 3. Lovely. When it snaps like that, we know we're good. Do the same thing over here. Whoop. Good stuff. You, good to go. Now, over here. Good stuff. So all these little tension belty kind of things, they basically are tension belts because they are going to preserve the shade. I know the stuff's built into the ceiling, so we could have it be like, oh yeah, well it's doing that because, you know, the tension on the belt is keeping it taut. But in actuality, physics only slightly matters in this. And you will go down this way. So, I don't trust this. Let's have you go down like this then. You're going to go in on the ground floor. Now, let's set this up for all iron. So, copy, paste, paste, paste. This will make 160 iron plates per minute. And we'll just call this our iron plate 1. Then, what we want to do is it all goes to one central little bit on each side. So let's take those, put them all into the one, and we need to set up as a Mark II wall outlet. And over to here. Connect in. Whoop. Nope. We want you here. So that's one. I think if we put it here, should be fine. You across to that. And then we'll just link you in there. And lovely. This is going to be our iron plate factory. So let's do customizer. And quickly, we want unpainted because it's iron. We're filtered to only paint constructors. So, save iron plate. Iron plates, we're changing the icon to that. And we're putting you into refining iron. Next up is just change everything here to iron rods. Oop. Damn it. Wrong one. So this iron rods, just bulk the whole lot of it. It is kind of a shame that in the blueprint maker, you can't just go set all buildings to output this. So this is iron rods. Then we set it to cast screws. This would use, let's see, 8 times 12.5, 100. per minute. 100 iron per minute to make 400 screws per minute. So, iron screws. We're going to call this specifically iron screws. And let's go to parts, screws. Do we go for iron wire as our next one, maybe? Or iron pipe? Ooh, iron pipe is a no-go. Iron wire, on the other hand, let's do that. So over to here. Seriously? I was pressing the wrong down button. So in here. Good stuff. Now do this again. And iron wire. Oop. Into here. Lovely. So, let's try and set up some stuff in our big factory area to use this. So we're going all the way over towards the water. And also blueprints. Let's set this up. Oop. Let's prioritize based on iron rods. Pop you to there. And yeah, you are going to go into our page 3. So that's all of our copper stuff, or all of our iron stuff rather, all set up for the one spot. And let's go take care of that then. This way. So, go to Borg. What to do with that? Right. Let's build iron plates, iron rods, iron screws, and we are missing steel beams. That's a damn shame. So, you over here are going to connect to this. Let's change each of these here. You are now a double wall outlet. So, place that in. Let's, inside each factory, dismantle the one there. And place new one in its place. So there is still a little bit of manual intervention to do. Oop, hang on. We want that to be right next to the edge on the same level. So, you go into there, and you go into there. You connect here, you connect here. You go into here, and you go into here. Now you go there, and there. Now, power lines, we can go here, into here. This might be the area along here where we could set up refineries Or smelters. We could set up like bays of tons of them. So in here, logistics, smart splitter. Okay. Do we do that? I guess so. We could do. Iron goes in there. But maybe what we'll do is industrial storage. And it goes into each one of these. Place that there. And this there. You connect that. You connect that. And you connect to this. Is that the same height, do you reckon? Nope, it's not. It has to be on the line itself. There we go. So you then connect over to there. Everything should be, yep, all powered. Nice one. It's something at least. It's a start on our base. But for now, pipeline pump Mark 1, don't need to worry about. Drone port sulfur normal 1. Do we do the sulfur? I think maybe we do. Maybe we do. But the drone, I'm hoping, once we get it set up, if we get sulfur going, I hope the drone will be like, yeah, so everything's working fine now. No problems. Yeah, keep it all up. Good job. What I really want is ideally to find a base where I can build like refined steel and export like steel from there. This, okay, we got 2. It's not 0, so, you know, better than nothing. Upload that. This here. Grab those. So let's see. There is Caterium. You are, I don't know what. 15 EM rods. We actually do need EM rods. So electromagnetic control rods. We've got 20. So let's go up and get that hard drive. After we get sulfur back flowing again. God, I'm a silly biscuit. Over this here way. Oh, it's just flying around up there. It can't land because there's no power for it to land to. That's a little bit sad. So, over here. And let's see, you. Let's do bio. You've got 100, and you've got 100. Let's try this. So you should ideally land, and when you land, you're going to unpackage the fuel, right? So here's our incoming. A lot of fuel lost in those different ones. Does everything then get docked? Please work. Yep, there we go. Fuel's coming out. 74 fuel per trip. That is obscene. So, it sent out all of that fuel. I cannot believe it is burning that much. Right, okay. Power plant is back online now. And it's using packaged fuel. Packaged fuel, on the other hand, though, a lot of problems with it at the minute. So this, you're using... Okay. You will unpackage 60 per minute. It's going to take a little bit of time before this kicks up. So now, theoretically, we're ready to switch this off, and this base should now be self-sufficient. Theoretically. Whether that actually happens is another thing. So, we've got all of this going on. Let's look at railways again. We need to better our railway network. And we need up here to basically get converted into a massive smelting facility. Because that is 240 iron. That's 240 iron. Over there's 240, and there's another 240. And that's with no overclocking on them. So this here... Oh wait, 120? Oh, that's because it's not upgraded. These are still minor Mark 1s. But we could upgrade them. Make them much better. I'm just at a loss for what we actually want to do. Oop. Well, first things first, we gotta get a few more steel beams. Now this, you use caterium ingots, except no you don't. We're putting you on steel beam duty. And you are also going to be on steel beam duty. Let's upload all of this. And we're going to take all of the coal from down there. Just completely dump it. All of it into the steel production. So bounce like this. Still got alumina solution going. You're maxed out. You are too. Aluminum casing. That could work. Hey, Gerber. Wagwan, indeed. There is not much guan. There is very little in the ways of guan. Or, yeah, good thing. You know? It is a pretty chill little evening. We are currently just enjoying ourselves, doing a little bit of blueprinting, while I'm trying to figure out what the hell am I actually planning to do with this world. I have dismantled so much of the construction that I need to start setting it up again. So over here, I'm like, what do... The ultimate question. What do? So, load this all in. It'll go down the ways. No, we want that to be maxed out. You be maxed out. And here we go. Conveyor lift Mark 5 and lift Mark 5. So, this will keep loading it all in. Want it? Since the last time you've been active, you've tried W40 and Diablo. I'm presuming by W40, you're referring to Warhammer 40,000. WH40K. Or you may be talking about oil. One of the things I'm going to be painting in time is this here. I got the Kin of Nurgle box that I'm definitely going to paint. I'm also on the fence as to my old Space Marines, what way to paint them. Because I have the old Dark Imperium set, which was Death Guard versus Space Marines. Now, typically, those boxes are like, oh, you should paint them in Ultramarines colors. I'm kind of tempted to paint them in Fix-It colors. But one of the things I did do as a test paint was I test painted this little guy who is grossly out of focus just because of a thing. But he is... yeah, really grainy up close. That's a Nurgling poking out of his belly. He's got a little dude that's erupting from his stomach. And he's adorable. And that's why I love, like, the Kin of Nurgle. Just all of the Nurgle stuff, you know? I don't like Khorne that much because Khorne's all just like, oh, look at me, I like blood and being edgy. Tzeentch is always just like, I like birds. And I was like, I'm not keen on birds. I don't dislike them, but they're not my favorite types of vertebrates. That would probably go to mammals, you know? I'm a sucker for a capybara or something. But, Slaanesh, I'm not trying to be edgy by going, it's like, Slaanesh is so cool. Nah. Slaanesh is alright. But, Nurgle, on the other hand, Nurgle is such a chill little dude. And I respect that. I love that about him, and I respect that about him. The fact that he's just like, I make cute people. Okay, what do these cute people do? A little bit of, like, mutilation-y kind of stuff. Wait, why are you... okay, you from there, and then... okay, you got a curve up to that. So, okay, this is going to make beams. Right. Oop. Do that, this, and this. I think we're going to have to set up some... so, you're 112.50. Not inhaling WD-40. Painting's still not the thing. Learn to actually appreciate it. Costly. It is pretty costly as a hobby. In terms of being lore savvy and everything, you can be as lore savvy as you want. I've played matches against people that really super into the lore, and I was like, that's so cool that you're so into that. I'm not that into that. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. That's all good. And I've also had matches where they were just like, so I painted my guys these colors. Oh, nice. Why did you choose those colors? Because they're my favorite colors. I was like, I respect that. I respect that that is why you had your entire army like that. Right, this here, am I going to be able to... ooh, idea. Let's go up here and see. So if I go production, minor Mark II, damn it, I need modular frames. So I gotta go back and get some of those. I actually have a set of orcs from a kill team. It's the orc commandos from the kill team box that was orcs versus Krieg. And the orcs in that box, way better in terms of just general sort of stats, but a little bit silly. The Kriegsman, I was like, I'm not impressed with like your stats and your rolls and everything. I'm just not vibing with it. What do we need here? Modular frames. Are we out of modular frames? Are you no longer constructing? Okay. We need more reinforced iron plates then. Reinforced iron plates. And let's do another bunch of these. So you're going to produce a crap ton of these. We need to start setting up reinforced iron frames again. I need 10 things. Yep, so that makes 4. I need 10 in order to make my Miner Mark II that I can then use to have a constant supply of, what do you call it? Steel. Like, it will mean that I am always producing steel, which is going to be very good for me. I also should probably get some more SAM fluctuators. Just because, yes, I should. Right. Screws are another thing I should get. You are not the one. You are not the one. What are you? You're quick wire and steel beams, largely. So that's that stuff. I almost launched myself flying there. In terms of Diablo, though, how have you been finding it? Which one did you go for? Why did I start going that way? That's not the way I wanted to go. Like, Diablo is a bit of a... It's one that I duck in and out of. I love the lore of the world. In terms of playing it all that much, I don't always. I do every now and then. Guess it's only natural to have a story for every color combination. Kriegsman. Yeah, stats-wise, I didn't find them to be very impressive. The orcs, however, that was the other thing that I completely forgot I was talking about. The orcs that I have from that box are a special faction of orcs that I made up. And they are called the Occupational Elfin Safety. And they wear clothes that just look like health and safety gear. So they're in like jeans and a t-shirt. But alongside their jeans and t-shirt, they also have D4 was honestly meh. Path of Exile was superior, hands down. Fair enough. To each their own. I am still not going to get into PoE 2 just for the fact that so much. There is so friggin' much. Right, let's go like that. Curve that down. And we're going to start going down this way. So, you are going to go over this way. And it looks ugly as all hell. But yes, the orcs are all going to be wearing like orange high-vis gear. Because they saw an old manual. And you know the way orcs believe so hard that they make reality. Like, orcs can believe a guy's invincible to the point where they make a guy invincible. It's just the way they operate. Because they are so psychically powerful, but they're too stupid to realize it. So my orcs, because they found an old health and safety manual that talked about how there was all these different things like, oh, like workplace accidents went way down. And people died less because of all of that gear. Because of the health and safety gear. So the orcs were like, so bright colors make you die less. And that is how my orcs are now wearing health and safety gear. Because why else? You know? Why would they not? Right, Foundry here, 112.5 per minute, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting 120 from the Miner Mark 1 all the way down there. So you here need a lot of screws. Ocean wool, there is. Yep. It's Warhammer. It's not meant to be, like, serious. You know, there's the whole thing of it's like, oh, in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Mankind has spread across the stars and is kind of screwed now. Whereas on the other hand, you've got the orcs coming along and they're just like,
We's painted it red, 'cause I likes red.
and you're like, good for you. Good for you, buddy. I respect it. I respect your right to be a silly biscuit. Right, okay. Leading edge production makes turbo motor, thermal propulsion rocket. And this is what I need for... Okay, I need nuclear pasta. Thermal propulsion rocket. Right, hang on. This unlocks for me some of these things. The assembler, are you able to produce some of those? Right, assembly director system you can actually produce. You're able to make assembly systems yourself. So I could theoretically set that up to constantly be pumping those out. You over here can't make what I want you to. Damn you. But still. Over here, right, assembly director system. You would take 36 seconds to produce 2. So that 500 is a lot. And that requires supercomputers and AI control systems. Sort of Freedom will make Warhammer 40 the new Star Wars. I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, the new Star Wars, they were alright. I enjoyed them. But I was never one that was like, oh, I'm a big serious Star Wars fan. I'm so into Star Wars. Luke Skywalker's like the coolest, ain't he? I was like, sure. Whatever you say, buddy. Me, on the other hand, I don't buy that. Right, over here, and let's go grab hazmat suit. Yeah, let's make the hazmat suit. And that will replace our mask thing. So what we need, place this on, and we need iodine filters. So, ooh. I guess we make a crap ton of these. I'm actually just going to press and hold the button down. Let it do its thing. While I take myself a nice, refreshing sip of Lucozade. Rifle. What do I need for the rifle? Here's... Okay. Maybe if we have 50, that should be enough. That should be fine if we've got 50. So let's hope and pray. Now, this here screws. That's all. And let's go down here. Grab this. And head on over like this. So, time to make a rifle. It requires 30 whole hits. That's a lot. And what we want, rifle ammo. Okay, we're going to need for that. Nobelisks as well. Could be something good. What do we need for research? Like turbo ammo. Sulfur, let's see. Oh, we could make like turbo fuel now. We could actually do turbo fuel now. That's a cluster Nobelisk, which is tempting. Right, Fixmas holiday event? Nah. Caterium. What do you got? We need 25 of those. Ooh, high-speed connectors. We only have 5? What do you need to make more? Are you a 3 or a 2 kind of thing? You require a 3. Well, let's see. There are no recipes for 2-item high-speed connectors. And if we go and look at what we need for rifle ammo, it's copper sheets. And it's that stuff. So let's go grab some copper sheets. We'll upload all of this just because why not? But what we want to do is go over to here and grab this kind of stuff. Why that many? Well, the better question is, why not? So that is still producing, that looks like probably 120 per minute. This is constantly producing, which is good. So, let's do a quick little save game. Whoop. You can see I was testing out blueprint construction. Okay. Idea. Let's not be an idiot. Let's go ahead and not be an absolute idiot right now. So you move over to here. That's going to do that. Upload these, I guess, and these. And be ready to do this again. So, boomf. Alright. So that gets us a little bit like that with 1 acceleration. Let's see. If we try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. So, we're going to try and aim to go around about this direction. Holy crap. I'm fantastic. Oh, there's something down there. So let's go get that something down there. Ooh, something over there too. I could go for that. Whatever's over there. Also, you. Oh, damn it. So let's try that and see. Oh, well. Down here, we're going to have a few things. So, let's go into Grab and grab some rebar. Underlay, Rebar. Rebar. Oh. You're not that bad, actually. One of you, and you're a small one, so I imagine 4, 5 hits, maybe? If I can actually hit you. Okay, so... Anything else around? There's that. Grab this. Okay, we've got all of this here. Over this way and see what there is. Ah. Okay, that was just rude. You need steel beams. Parachute gives you longer arms. It does. I love that about the parachute. It's like, hey, I don't need to worry about having short arms because I have the ability to lift things up while I'm flying. And why would you possibly not want that? The ability to fly and grab things. You're essentially a combination of Johnny Storm and Reed Richards. And those are like 2 superheroes. Pretty fantastic ones, if you ask me. Yeah, get it? Okay. That's gonna suck. Next hit. Okay, that requires 100 megawatts. So, what we need to do is get... Oh, shiza. There's one. Okay. So where is... Okay. That one just hit there. Lovely. Now, we'll do architecture and build a ladder to go up the ways. And then we want to do power. And 2 biomass burners. So, you here. You connect to this. You connect to this. And you connect to this. Now, in order to get the stuff for running that, let's just grab a crap ton of leaves. So, 160 by 200. This should hopefully give us... Yep, there we go. So, let's do about... Upload that just to clear some inventory space. 137. So you take 120 per minute. Oh wait, that'll be why. 240 per minute. And you're gonna produce... There we go. So we got 30 seconds to get up there. Grab this and be done. And voila. Grab all that. And it's interesting what it does with all of my resources. They all seem to be going towards a dismantle crate. But it's not one that I've got access to. So, why? Upload this, I guess. And replace the chainsaw. That's our rifle. Let's grab... Oh. completely chock-a-block with those. Upload these, then. Chainsaw, you get uploaded. Beams are fine. Plastic. Oop. Was wrong on that. So. Now, hey. Another one over here. We are definitely in a good spot right now. Sorry. You as well. I'm sure whatever you did didn't deserve what happened to you. But I hate the fact that you guys keep trying to gas me to death. Destroy that, upload that, get modular frames. More of these as well. Okay, so we've got 3 hard drives all sorted. Let's get exploring. Let's go towards that dismantle crate. Wait, hang on. You can hold crouch to be invisible? Like to do the hatcher trick with the jetpack? Well, that's kind of interesting. I do kind of like, though, like, playing about and seeing, can I manage to figure out the right angle to drop down in the parachute so that I'm still incredibly sneaky and can manage to get a decent little sneak attack in. If you're crouching, you're sneaking even when using the jetpack. That's fantastic. That is actually fantastic. Okay, so that's... Well, we got this leg here. Yep, I know we're moving farther away from it, but... Also, like, it's so much better for hills. I love going through the hills with this here. Like the parachute, just getting to do all of that really silly little sliding upwards and like accelerating seemingly faster than you probably could otherwise. So can we get... Yep, there we go. I mean, that a parachute should not allow you to climb a hill like that. But the parachute in this does. Why? Because it's made from the same people who manufacture the parachutes from Just Cause. I think it's gotta be like a canon thing that the people who made... what did you call him? Was it Rico? The people that made the guy from Just Cause's parachute went on to be fix-it engineers. That is my own internal headcanon. Okay, this is... I'm gonna have to build a stupid ladder just to get up to the top. And this was a horrible angle to choose. Yep. So, down to here, architecture, ladder, and then we go up, ladder, do the same thing, ladder. No. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I also have projectile weapons. What do you think of that? Hmm? Still think you're hot shit? Ooh, reinforced iron plates. Happily accept those. Upload that and those. We need modular frames. So, modular frames. Take those. Now, all of this stuff. Break it down. Grab the screws as well. And there we go. So, hard drives, no more of them lying about. Summer slopes, none of that either. Mercers, ooh. Let's go get our dismantle crate and keep an eye for hard drives. May as well. Oh. Hello there, big guy. Well, I'm done with you. Okay. Hard drive this way, you say? Let's see. Hard drive. Hey, hey! We can grab this at the same time. We also... Oh, fudge you. Fudge you to heck a Rooney. We are going to have to circle around a little bit and try and poke and poke at you. What the hell is with that dude over there? He is sniping us with rocks. Oop. Can you be dead, please? That's exactly what I was wanting. There's 1, 2. Lovely. So, that's those guys taken care of. I've angered the radioactive hog. I have. And I didn't realize they, if you went outside of their aggro range, would still snipe you. Like, I genuinely didn't think they would do that. But there we go. We learn something new every day. All of this stuff upload. Nitrogen gas pure. Oh, shiza. Fudge. Oh, fudge. So close to death right now. Oh boy. There's our death.
Can you imagine where you'd be without me? Let me give
My
you a
left
hint.
stick
Still
has
dead.
stopped making the click sound. Like, it doesn't make the click sound anymore. So I'm like, okay. Is it still clicking? Like, the sound used to be my thing where I was like, okay, that it's still working. It's fine. And now it's like, oh. It's potentially not working all the time. But I suppose I have had this controller, and this Xbox has been my main gaming thing for... When was COVID? Because that long ago. But what we gotta do is we gotta go over and get the rifle ammo. So let's check this here, shall we? This is more modular frames than we know what to do with. So let's upload it. Then we take this rubber and upload it. So all of this, wrong thing. Upload the rubber and the industrial beams. And see. Now you have an irresistible urge to dive into this ADHD hell of a game. I mean, do it. Just frickin' go for it. It really is just one of the most fun games you will play. Sulfur. Let's see. This here, we need 10, what is that? Empty fuel tanks and 100 of that. That's fine. This here, the packaged rocket fuel. I think, yeah, maybe let's do that. Let's look at it seriously. So this here, we're going to take all of this rubber and it's going to be fine. So into here, and we take this rubber and this rubber. Now, this, what will we do? Explosive rebar? No, we need something with compacted coal. We definitely need coal. Or like, maybe you're just going to have to go from here directly around into this, and you go around into this. So this here, we can take that and upload that. Because this is what we're going to use for certain of our things. Now, over this way, we need to go back to our death crate because it had... Did I really dismantle that? Okay, right. Transport. Let's try this now. Well, it gets us pretty good way over the way. So yeah, that might work. Oop. I wonder what it would do if we just launched ourselves like with such velocity that we would just bounce wherever in the world we needed to go. What would it then do? So over here, this will be, maybe this area is what we set up as our oil area. And we have oil be our big thing here. So a train comes, loads up with fluids and everything. Or no, doesn't load up with fluids. Loads up with plastic products. Takes the plastic products all the way over there. And we set it so it's an overflow. Then, this area, there, for example, that bit there is going to be for refineries so that we can make fuel, which we can then potentially deliver to... Ooh. Or do we have sulfur and coal processed at one facility and brought all the way down here? So what have you got? You've got a crap ton of that, is what you've got. So, you're going to use that. How much do we have? Oh, you ran out. You were actually on the threshold, like on the brink of shutting down. You, on the other hand, sorry, but we want black powder. We also are going to have to put you into standby mode. You, how do we stand by you? So you are set to standby. You're not going to do anything. Potentially, what we could have 10 refineries in a row. Those 10 refineries are making 10 sets of heavy oil residue. That heavy oil residue produces polyester fabric because we add water into the mix. So we have 10 other ones. So we are constantly making new batches of, what do you call it? This here, we got 4 more coupons. Let's take that and go ahead and upload those. You are now on 100 smokeless powder. The other set makes fuel. So we've got 10 refineries feeding into 10 other refineries. Those 10 other refineries are making fuel. That is powering our power plant network, because that gives us 200, let's see, heavy oil residue, 4 meters from that. So 3 times 1.3, so 300, that gives us 400. 400 heavy oil residue per minute. 400 heavy oil residue gives us, divide by 6 and all, approximately 66, I think. No. Is it? 400 divided by 6 is 66 and 2/3. So that gives us 260 fuel per minute. We then add in the turbo fuel. 6 to 5. Fudging heck. Right, you are still going. You're consuming 40 per minute. Batteries are going to kick in any second now. There we go. Now, the batteries, in conjunction with some of the other stuff, means, yay, happy days, we get access to this. More power. Even though we don't have any being produced right now, we're still online because this is starting to drain. And there we go. We are now consuming. It's going to take probably about 4 minutes. Okay, a little bit porked, that number. Gonna go to bed, still can't digest OSHA orcs. Why not? What is wrong with OSHA orcs? But you have a good night as well. Take care of yourself and enjoy painting if you do get into it. If you don't, that's also cool. There is no sweat if you don't. It's really fun. Get yourself a DSP-IA wet palette. I don't know how the hell you actually are meant to pronounce it, but DSP-IA. It's worth it. Fantastic stuff that they produce. So you here are now back on residual fuel duty. Oh yeah, if I doubled it up, then at that point, that'd be 133.3 times 4. So just over 500 fuel per minute. So 25. Oh wait, no. I couldn't double the entire thing. Unless I overclocked. So if I had 4 of these that were all summer slooped, I'd be using 3 to make 8. So if I had 16 summer sloops, I could produce 800 divided by 6 times by 8. So let's see, 800 divided by 6 is 133 and a third times by 8. Or no, times by 1.3. I don't bloody know. What would be the alternative? Fuel. If that used, well, that would be 6 to... So yeah, residual fuel. 3 times 4. So 6 becomes 8 becomes 4. So technically, I think to-do list recipes. Let's look at fuel. Right. Fuel. So, uses 6 to make 40. That there would instead be, let's see. So crude oil, 6,000, or do we want 6,000 heavy oil residue? Well, let's see, 300. It actually works out a little bit better just using the heavy oil thing. So we can do that. And I'm pretty okay with that result. So over here, you are sulfur. Right, let's upload the sulfur. And then we got coal over here. So keep uploading this. We need this here to be all uploaded. Right, come on. There we go. And rubber is also sorted. So let's take this and change this into bullets, rifle ammo. So we do that, 3 and 2. And we'll set this up. You're going to use a whole pile. 37.5 per minute to make 15 per minute. And when we look at sulfur and ammo, we need turbo fuel for this. So what we need is compacted coal. That's going to be sulfur and coal, obviously. Right. Fuel, it's using a crap ton. More than we want it to. Right. This here, we have 120 rounds for the rifle. Let's set this to 150. If we have 300 rounds, that should work for us. So let's wait until we got 300 that we need. And then we're good. $195. Now we set it up. There is 225. 245. If we go to here, can we call train? Turn on self-driving. It's basically us calling a train. Oh, I wonder, could we set a timetable that is just for each station? So we could just go, hey, Yeah, come here. So it is currently all the way over at Edberg. Let's reload the rifle. Is the train moving? Yes, it is. Here it comes. So what we want to do is take the train up to Balti Jam. Why are you... Are you just going to go into the station over at Gorogorg? And then? I think you probably are, aren't you? Yes, you are. God damn you. Timetable. Let's edit the timetable. So we add every possible stop. And save changes. But blueprints. Let's go for... Did I get rid of it? Oh, test hypercannon. Yeah, let's do that. And then we want you there to connect to that. Not good enough. Yeah. Simply not good enough. So, let's break this down. So, into here. Well, that didn't work. But on the plus side, we do in fact bounce. So I could create a mass accelerator that causes us to bounce along the way. That is an option. That's drone sulfur normal. So over this here way, I don't think drones should be using... I don't think we should be using packaged fuel for that. So I think drones might be just exclusively really out of the way resources. I think that might have to be it. So you here. No. Try it again. Oh no. Oh no. We're caught in terminal velocity. Are we? I don't think we are, actually. Well, there's the
Fixit
swamp.
property is
Oh
not
no.
allowed to leave Fixit designated work areas. Function outside this area is
Oh.
not supported.
Well, that's a shame. Now we have to go back and get our stuff again. So yeah, you can still overdo it. So, launch ourselves over this way. And this will be, yep, hit the ceiling. Happens the best of us, though. This was pretty much perfect. That one I'm better at. I think I need longer pipeline for it. I think I need more of a grace period. Like, it can't just be, oh, that tiny little sliver. No, it's got to be like, yeah, there's a lot of space there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is better. This is more like it. Hey, way more like it. So, we're going down here. And now we can be ready to drop down. And since we've got rifles... Yay! I'm crouching in the sky. Factory carts are faster than drones over many distances. Yeah, I have been dabbling with the idea of building a railway network, which has all the stuff on that you might need. Okay, upload that. Now, hard drive is over here, is it? Haha. Well, at least the radioactive one is gone. Downside is the radioactive one is the one that's most predictable for when it's attacking. Okay, can you all feck off? Okay. I need all of you to stop being meanies. Where are you bastards? Come on. Oh, fuck. He's real. He's real and he's bad. Right. So we change the angle to just send us straight over to there. We are going to just do it. Mass accelerate this ship. God, I love the mass cannons. Man cannons. Hypertube cannons. Whatever you want to call them. 2 drone ports right next to each other. Yes. It's a 54 second... Is it 54 or is it 44 second landing sequence? Drones, I think... I liked the idea of them, but for the amount of fuel they're actually taking up every time they travel, I think maybe they're going to have to be reconsidered. And we're just going to have to instead have a proper highway network. So over this here way. Whoop, radiation. Hey, purple slug. We're also in a not nice area. Packaged fuel's only 750 megajoules. I do, however, like this bit. The more summer sloops, the better. So, happy to get them. I'm not going to make, though, like, radioactive control rods. I'm not going to make, not control rods, like fuel cells. I know you can charge them with nuclear fuel, but I don't want to have nuclear-powered drones because it just sounds hilariously silly. And when I compare it to potential needs, not the best of, like, I am genuinely a little bit terrified of nuclear power. Okay, so that there is turbo motor. Happy days. Grab all of this here crap off the ground. Ooh, even more turbo motors. Cooling systems. Happy days. Aluminum casing. Heavy modular. Cables can go up, as can all of these. Let's get this out of the way. Oop. So all of this stuff is worth uploading. Wire you can do. Yeah. Like, I do like Fixonium as a concept. It's just, I worry about what will happen to my factory because, as you can kind of tell, I'm not good at the organizing part. Right, let's do 27, 52, 87. Really? Oh, wait. Yeah, that tracks. That makes sense. We're just gonna bypass all of this crap because screw that. And I guess, ooh, summer sloop. Please don't be things here. Search for, all right, damn it. We got 3 Nobelisks. So there's one thing destroyed. Damn you to heck. Oh, fuck. We're gonna die again? Okay, so this area has to be reconsidered very heavily. Ooh, Mercer's Fear. Oh, fuck's sake. Let's go for question mark and place 1 there, 1 there. We, on the other hand, are going to place one very important thing, which is our asses on a train out of here. Power outages get pretty complicated. Yeah. Like, it's a lot for fuel rods. So, like, setting up all of the priority power switches and all. Fudge you. Alright. Be that way. Yeah. Priority power switches would just be nasty to try and work around. I wonder, did we lead them far enough away that we could try to get in there? Build up a nice buffer by using storages. Yes. Radiation zones I would like to avoid where possible. Okay. Let them do their thing like that. Right, that's all no-go. And it sounds like something wasn't vibing with another thing. I was correct. The stinger didn't get along. So, what does a gas obelisk do? Like, I know as a general concept what it should do, but I swear to God, I never see any instances where it actually is causing damage. What is the fucking blast radius on that? Some of their things, the blast radius is too damn much. So, right. Solution is we get the hell out of here this way. Ah, fudge. Okay. No. Radiation level equals unhappy. Because big guy coming at us. Oh, no. Go over here. Bounce up to here. And try and stay on this upper side. While we figure out what to offload from our inventory to get space. So that we can go back to the death crate. Grab the stuff. And start to leave. How much can you possibly have? Oh, fudge. Did you really just double hit me? You're not meant to be able to do that. You shouldn't, like, that was cheeky. Okay, there's one big guy down. Now there's two. Well, it wasn't quite a big guy. Hey, 3. It might end up being okay. So there's... Come on. Lovely. Again. That is shit. Absolute shit. We are going over this way. Actually, no. You know what? First off, let's get some turbo rifle ammo at the ready. So we're going to need some turbo fuel. So we will. And then we have to package it. Do we have... We've got 7 turbo fuel. That's packaged. And we're going to need 50 in total, I think. Right? 50, and then the aluminum casings and 1,000 rounds of ammunition. So, let's take that, which is 1,000. And we want to get that amount of sulfur from over here. So let's do that. This is going to be offline, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's absolutely going to be offline. Fudge. Somehow no. How much got delivered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we go. We've got that much now for this. That's going to be a lot of compacted coal, making a lot of turbo fuel. So everything, I think, needs to go in its right place. That's what we're going to have to do. So let's bounce, slide across the way. Trains are going to have to be it. We're going to have to maximize our limestone and concrete production. So over here, let's set the stuff up over here. Right. You take all of this and all of that. Now, we want compacted coal. So, there is the coal. There is the sulfur. And we are producing 125 per minute. Let's try to upload the computers. Do that. And sort you into there. Now, we got 70. How much do we need for recipes? Turbo fuel. So, 4 makes, 6 fuel and 8. I'm going to have to start building some industrial fluid depots, aren't I? Industrial fluid buffers. That's the name. So let's prep some of those, shall we? Because we need a lot of fuel. At the minute, we're kind of wasting a good bunch of it. You strip that apart. And we want you going around this way. And up like that. Okay, there we go. May have overshot. Okay, not horrendously. So, yeah, that's alright. I can work with that. Drop down here. Now, we want this junction all done. Get rid of it all. And all of this. So, you into here, organization, fluid buffer. What are you encroaching on? Okay, let's do that. Now, you go into here. Whoop. And then you will go into here. You are going to be a pipeline junction. And you're going to connect down this way. So, you split, split, split. Let's have you go over to that. Pipeline junction. Do that. And now we go pipeline into this. So, you are filling up properly. And in here, we're going to go for another refinery. So, where can it go? Where can it go? I mean, we could load stuff into there, but don't want to waste all that. We gotta build out more foundations. So I guess we do another concrete pier. Build that. And over here we go production, refinery. And you're gonna go from here into here. Then we set up organization, industrial storage, set something up here. You go around into here, and you are becoming turbo fuel. So that there, we can load that in, and then we got the fuel in there. Then we just go from here, pipeline out into here. So turbo fuel, 6 could become 10. So you're using 15 per minute. And you've just made that. So what I want you to do is package turbo fuel instead. You are currently filling up the ways. And let's see. Power shard we don't have any of. You're producing the turbo fuel, sending it out to here. Now you're finally starting to see some. So let's take this instead. And we're gonna pump this out more. So 37.5 per minute. And you're then gonna package that. So let's take that fuel and I guess we gotta just do that. We also want this to not come out. You do the same. So this here we're hoping to just fill up. There's 10 of it. And what we need for research purposes, sulfur, 1,000 rounds, 50 packaged turbo fuel, and 100 of that. So, see what's in here. 450. That's all. Smoke. So I guess into here, 500 smokeless powder, and then all the copper sheets we could ever ask for. Dismantle that and send this down here. Then we just go copper. And we'll load all of you down in. So that will give us the 1,000 rounds we need, while this gives us the turbo fuel we need. So over here, you're pumping fuel out into this. So, if this was running at standard, it would be making 18.75 turbo fuel per minute, using 15 and 22.5. you over here produce residual fuel. If we divide this by 5, basically, we're making 40 fuel per minute. This, on the other hand, whoop, we have loaded all our turbo fuel. Now we go over this here way. And we are good. Let's just reload this while we can. Head up here. Now, you 75, so 825, 840. Aluminum casing for that. Grab the ammo. 870, 885, 900. And then we just grab these last ones. Now, what do we need for turbo ammo? I wonder how many rounds it makes for a single batch of turbo ammo. Here we go. Lovely. Beautiful. So, order this. Sulfur. And we've got this. Now,
Rifle ammo unlocked. The pioneer ammo of choice when obstacles are numerous and time is short. Panic
on
and
we go
imminent
to our death
often
crate.
negatively affect human accuracy, so this ammo meets the human experience with fixed
And
efficiency.
right, here is our little flight log. Going all the way over to there. Almost perfectly, in fact. And then we go on down. Are you a Mercer sphere? Yes, you are. Ah, damn it. I wish you could get it when you're picking something up to lock on to what you're trying to pick up. So there is that. We're going to have to be careful here because I just realized something. We have loaded our inventory with crap. So we can't collect it all in one go up here. Grab this. And it's something. Okay, ouch. Not what I intended for you to be able to do. No, come on and do your thing. Come on and try and fight me up here. We got the death crate there. Grab that. And this. Upload both of them. Is it distracted? It sounds like it's getting distracted. What was that all about? Just a radiation spike where the corpse was. Except it's not even a corpse there. There's nothing there. You move to there. You move to there. We're just going to try and upload stuff as quickly as possible. Just to get it out of our inventory. Nope, no point in the sulfur. That is definitely borked. And I don't quite know why. So, what else do we got? Let's upload this. Those. I guess the things. Let's grab some iodine-infused filters. How much to... Still so much to collect. God damn. Well, I guess we at least can go home. We're going to make our way back home. And that's where we're going to wrap up. Oh, fuck. Well, that spooked me. Okay, iodine-infused filters don't protect you from gas. Which sucks. Definitely sucks. Right, summer slip, we go... Oh. We've got all this stuff down here, which I guess is... Ooh. Crash site. We'll see what's in there at some point. But not this point. Have to carry both. That sucks, though. Hard drive down there, but it's like, how necessary is the stuff down there? I mean, it's that type of one, so you require power. Yeah, you're gonna have to be. Ooh. What's... Oh, you must be up the hill. And in the gas. Damn you. Alright. Fine. That is true. Like, yeah, when you're standing on the edge of the tractor and everything. I have seen that before. It's made me laugh. I was like, I really should be... Or like the Explorer. You're driving around and it's like, how is this dune buggy providing protection? Because really it shouldn't be. Oh, I bet I know what's needed for some of those other things. Probably need the blender to combine two fluids and two solids together. That might make sense. So this here way, let's keep on going. You know what time it is. Trying to think if it's possible to have enough Mercer spheres that you can have a depot for every item in the game. I mean, I know there are going to be some things where you're like, yeah, it's better off not doing a depot. Just because it might be a little bit pointless. But rifle time. Try me, you spidery bitches. Okay. That's not what I meant by you spidery bitches. What I meant was I kill you. Okay? That is the order in which this happens. Not the other way. I go here and kill you. You do not kill me. I did see, like, gameplay of factory carts, because I've never actually built or used one myself. But I did see gameplay of it, and I was like, that goes surprisingly fast. Like, ridiculously so. Also, it'd be nice if you could get, like, conveyor belts for your vehicles. Or, like, have something where you're like, okay, I'm gonna take this... I'm gonna take this item, and I'm going to blast it. So you could go, hey, I want to make my vehicle travel the same way I was making my, like, hypertube launch me. So, it's gonna be up there. Let's do ladders going up the ways. And this here way, we go up to the top. This I'm hoping should be high enough that they go, hey, there's nothing there to worry about. Right, summer sloop. Ah, goddammit. You move way too quickly in the parachute. Like, it's very... like, sudden, I guess. The movements that you do in the parachute. Not massively keen on that. Another summer sloop this way. Why are there so many around here? Okay. Oh. Hi. Bye. He is not going to be my friend anymore. Good stuff. Because we don't want him to be our friend. We want to get the hell back to base. That's our plan. And then we set up whatever we need in our factory, which is going to involve a hell of a lot of blueprints. We're going to have to deal with a lot of them. So over this here way, I think if we had 3 smelter bays, like 3 rooms made of smelters, that could be okay for us. That might give us the resources we need. But I could also be wrong. Let's just get back to base first. Hello, creatures. Hello, creature. Now, up this here way. Line sand slide. Now, we do this. And we are back to our base. I'm wondering if batteries might be something worth looking into. If batteries would be feasible as a resource. Let's go to here. And then over to here. You are... My god, that is way better. With it producing all of that stuff. Right, smokeless powder. We could be making more of. What do you got? Okay, you're approaching the end. Concrete we don't need more of. Wire, I guess, is low, apparently. Iron plates. Sure. No, this here. Okay, can't do rotor things with that. But the smokeless powder stuff, pretty easy to do for that. We could also mass produce nobelisks. So maybe that's what we do. We get enough stuff that we could just constantly pump out tons of them. So, nobelisk. Let's load the 200 in of that. And we want 200 black powder. And that's going to give us 100 nobelisks. Not what we want. Want to double that, but I guess go over to here and see what all we can get. Sulfur cluster nobelisk requires 200. That requires 100 packaged, 1 hard drive, and 10 fuel canisters. That's 200 rockets. Fuel. Packaged rocket fuel. 100 fuel shards. Or power shards. That's like a tier 9 thing, I imagine. Caterium. Go for any of these things. That could be. That is... Yeah, maybe we just gotta start making a crap ton of high-speed connectors. But, for the meantime, time to save the game. And that's going to be us for the evening. So, I will be back on Friday, where I might paint some Warhammer, or I might continue this. Who knows? Meantime, take care of yourselves and have a great rest of your week.